Beatrix stayed between 50 and 100 yards behind the car. Milton was another 20 yards behind her. She kept up a running commentary as they gradually worked their way southeast towards the river. North end of the bridge, turning off. Onto the embankment, heading west. Passing Blackfriars Pier. Coming up to Waterloo Bridge, following the river to the south. The traffic started to queue as they reached Victoria Embankment Gardens. Beatrix bled away almost all the speed, ducking in behind a bus that was idling opposite Cleopatra's Needle. She could see the Mercedes through the windows of the bus and, beyond it, the Houses of Parliament. 1, Control, waiting at the lights at Embankment Pier. Acknowledged, said Control. They'll continue south. Copy that. The lights changed. The traffic started to move. The last pedestrians broke into self-conscious trots as they hurried out of the way. He's accelerating towards Hungerford Bridge. She gunned the engine and sped forwards, not about to get stuck should the lights turn against her. Control's voice crackled again. Control, group. This is as good a spot as any. 5. In position, reported number 5. 5, 1 and 12, get ready, here we come. Beatrix watched. A white van, not dissimilar to the one in which Control was watching, had been running parallel to them on Whitehall. Now, though, it jerked out into the traffic from Richmond Terrace and blocked the road in front of the Mercedes. Number 8, Oliver Spencer, was at the wheel. Number 5, Lydia Chisholm, was alongside him. Both agents were armed with SA-80 machine guns, but the plan did not anticipate that they would need to use them. Beatrix braked to 30 and then 20. 1, Control. They're stopping. Control, 1 and 12. You have authorization. Take them out. Beatrix rolled the bike carefully between the waiting cars, a red Peugeot, a dirty grey Volvo, an open double-decker bus that had been fitted out for guided tours. The Mercedes was ahead of the bus, blocked in between it and the delivery van in front. Beatrix reached the car, coming to a halt and bracing the heavy weight of the bike with her right leg. Milton rolled up behind her. Neither of them spoke. They didn't need to. They were operating purely on instinct by this stage, implementing the plan. Beatrix quickly scoped the immediate location. The inside lane was temporarily clear to the immediate left of the Mercedes. The pavement beyond that was empty, and then it was the wide-open stretch of the Thames. No need to concern themselves with catching civilians in the crossfire. Beatrix released her grip on the handlebars and unzipped her leather jacket. She was wearing a strap around her shoulder, and a Heckler & Koch UMP was attached to it. She raised the machine pistol, steadied it with her left hand around the foregrip, aimed at the Mercedes, and squeezed the trigger. The window shattered, shards spilling out onto the road like handfuls of diamonds. Milton was supposed to be doing the same, but he had stopped. Beatrix noticed, but didn't have time to direct him. She was completely professional. Even as the machine pistol jerked and spat in her hand, her aim was such that every round passed into the cabin of the car. The gun chewed through all 30 rounds in the detachable magazine, spraying lead through the window. The driver, somehow, managed to get the Mercedes into gear, and it jerked forwards. He must have been hit, because he couldn't control the car, slaloming it against the delivery van, bouncing across the road, slicing through the inside lane and then fishtailing. It slid through 180 degrees and then wedged itself between a tree and a street lamp. The horn sounded, a long and uninterrupted note. The car had only travelled 20 feet, but Beatrix couldn't see into it any longer. Milton! She was fresh out of ammunition, and he was the nearest. Milton, move! He was still on the bike, frozen. The passenger side door opened, and snow fell out.